Alright, hi there YouTube, it's me Morris in America playing on the global version of Dragon Blaze. Now this video is directed more towards new players and explaining how to enhance and doing all that good stuff. Now, the comment was in one of my old videos when I started playing the Korean Dragon Blaze. I want to address something before I start talking about enhancing, but before I do that, let me point this out. Make sure that you log in on November 26, 2016 and use up 2 shoes. As you can see here, if you use up 2 shoes, you're gonna get 100 shoes and 1 Hero Select Summon. And if you know about the Hero Select Summon, they are very, very important, especially when it comes to getting a specific ally for a Dark Soul key or a Giant key. Now, the Hero Select Summon will only allow you to choose any of the heroes that are materials for the Dark Soul keys, or like I said, Giant keys. Now, if you look at the folio over here, you can scroll all the way down and you also see a tab for the hero allies. The only issue with this is that some of the heroes you can't actually select, like Mara or Byron, or even someone else, but yeah. Done browsing through that, like Bright Spark maybe. No, I think you could choose Bright Spark, but yeah, there's a couple Triple S allies you can't choose from. So make sure you log in, spend 2 shoes, and get your rewards. Now, there's also several other events going on in global, like the pre-registering event, spreading the word on Facebook or Twitter about Chapter 4 upcoming, and then there's also the trailer of Chapter 4 in the global Dragon Blaze explaining about the fact that everyone's going to get 3 Triple S allies along with the Buster keys. Now, I've already done videos about all of those, so at the end of this video you can definitely check that out. So before I get started talking about the enhancing and what you want to pay attention to, let me address this. If you're new to Dragon Blaze in general and you decide to play the Korean version of Dragon Blaze because of X, Y, and Z, that's all good, well in stone, but the biggest thing that I'm worried about is how you guys can navigate through it. Now, if you can read the Korean text and if you speak Korean, obviously you shouldn't have any issues with that. You can easily breeze through the Korean Dragon Blaze without any difficulties. But if you cannot read Korean and you don't know what button does what, I highly advise you guys to kind of play global or just have global on the sideline, and that can be your handy dandy book in figuring out how to navigate through it. Now, global and the Korean Dragon Blades, they are different. There are some stuff that the Korean Dragon Blades have and global doesn't have it, and there's some different setups that the Korean Dragon Blades have and global doesn't have that same setup. It doesn't matter, as long as you understand the basic mechanics of how to navigate through this game, you should be fine. That's why you want to play global. Now, some people start playing on the Korean Dragon Blades and they're doing okay. That's great on them, but if you don't want to have any difficulties or any issues, make sure you play on global, because like I said, it will help you so much when it comes to just figuring out how to do much of the things. Now, let me use a prime example of something that could happen to Korean Dragon Blaze that you don't want happening. Now, when you deify and awaken allies, there's no way in hell you can delete them or get rid of them. There is a chance that you can by clicking on that trash can icon, but obviously you guys should know that if you click on the trash can icon, that means deleting it or recycling it, and you don't want to click on it unless you're 100% positive you want to get rid of them. And most likely you want to keep them. So don't get rid of them. But the biggest issue comes over here when you have just a regular Triple S ally form. That's not even awakened or deified yet. And let me use a prime example, and let me use this lolly right here, or midget if you want to call her, Captain Shabelle. Now, not trying to rant on her or anything. If you guys like Shabelle, definitely thumbs up. I feel like she has too many worshippers and she can abuse her power and stuff and conspiracies and X, Y, and Z. But yeah, let me use Shabelle here. Now, there's a bunch of icons and maybe you guys already know how to decipher them. But if you're new to the Korean Dragon Blades, you might do something that you might regret. Now, obviously you want to awaken these characters but before you level them up. Now, if you don't know what the rebirth option does, the rebirth option will literally reset your triple S back to base level, which is +0, and it's also going to change their form into a different triple S. So if I hit rebirth, it might become someone like, where's my example? It might become something that you may not want, like a Dark Assassin Percy. Now, Percy is fine if you're trying to deify into a specific rogue deity, but if you want to keep Shabelle, you don't want to do a rebirth. Now, when you awaken them, of course, there's only one red button from there on out, but if you don't know about it, you could accidentally rebirth it, and you don't want to do that. So yeah, just again, stressing this out heavily. If you're new to Dragon Blaze and you start playing the Korean version instead of global, make sure you kinda have global on the side. Or, as long as you understand how to navigate through the game, you will be fine. But if you don't, be careful and get the global version of Dragon Blaze. Now, it's gonna slowly catch up to the Korean Dragon Blaze, and with the new mission coming up, it is gonna give a huge boost to new players, so definitely consider it. Now, you can definitely toss my advice out the window and say, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever I want, then go ahead, but yeah, that's just me giving you guys some pointers when it comes to navigating through the Korean Dragon Blaze, because if you've seen me in my streams, and if you know me, I play both versions, and I can't understand anything in the Korean Dragon Blaze. The only reason, or the only way I can navigate through it so easily and casually is because I play global. Now, I know there are some Korean players in Dragon Blaze, Korean players watching my streams and stuff, and yesterday I had a fun time with some of them because I couldn't understand what they're saying, but I tried to guess. I kind of understood some parts, and then half the time I was questioning what the heck was going on. But I'm okay with you guys chatting in my streams in Korean, and I'm used to seeing foreign languages, because if you see my previous videos as well, I played a foreign game called Phantasy Star Online 2. It's a Japanese MMORPG game that's only in Japan for now. I don't know if the Western world will actually make it. It's been X amount of years, and they haven't said anything about it, but yeah, it's just that I welcome, diversity and language barriers to some degree. Now, if you try to communicate with me in a different language, I don't think I can communicate back effectively. But anyways, let me get back on topic and let me get started about talking about enhancing and all that good stuff. So, to enhance something, you want to go to your inventory. It can be on your character. Just know that you can't enhance your accessories. But you can go on your character, you can click on the equipment, and then it's going to state if you can limit break it or you can enhance it. Now, the thing is, there's also an orange button that says sell. Make sure you don't click on that if you want to keep the weapon you have. And then there's also the gem icon and the magic effect buttons, and then the equip button. You can also lock your equipment if you want to make sure you don't delete it. So if I try to sell it, it's gonna give me a warning that it's locked, and then you want to unlock it and sell it. But anyways, going back with it, yeah, the button you want to do is this button down here. Now, if you're playing the Korean version of Dragon Blaze, it's still there, so all you need to do is click on that and you can start enhancing. Now, to enhance something, you want to make sure you have items to feed it. Now, I'm not gonna check this off, but if you want to, you can. This automatically enhances your stuff if you drag it over there. But for now, I'm not, because I want to demonstrate my point about some stuff. Now, when it comes to enhancing, there are different grades for the colors and types for it. The equipment you're aiming for usually would be orange, red, or gray. Orange will be double S grade equipment. Red is triple S equipment, grade equipment, and then the gray ones, U as an ultimate grade equipment. And right now, level 99 Myth Mode, Ragnarok Raid, Chapter 3, this gear is kind of the top gear for now. Just know it's going to be very expensive when you limit break it, or even enhance it because it's ultimate gear. But when it comes to enhancing stuff, you want to pay close attention to the percentages when you use certain things for it. Now, as you can see here, using a triple S grade equipment gives on a ultimate gear is a 50% chance. Now, if I were to, let's say, use something of the same grades, ultimate gear with ultimate gear, it's going to be 100% guaranteed. And if you think about it logically, that makes sense. So anything down by 1 is going to be cut in half. So if I had like in a double S gear on me, it would actually be 25%, and anything lower would be like 10%, 5% even. So yeah, when it comes to enhancing, just try to enhance to max status as possible. Use whatever means you can, but you want to make sure you also check the effects and make sure that these are the ideal stats you want. So to demonstrate my point, let me just do that. Like I said, you can have this box checked down here, and whenever you drag something in there, it will automatically enhance it. But if you want to be careful with your enhancing, make sure it's not checked. All you need to do is click on it, and then boom, it's gonna go up in level. Now, depending on what grade equipment it is, let's say if it's like double S gear, usually it will stop around +7. Triple S gear would stop around +8, and then ultimate gear would stop around +9. But yeah, once you do that, it's gonna have max status. Now, eventually, as you progress through the game, you're gonna eventually hit Chapter 4. You're gonna complete not Chapter 4. As you progress through the game, you're gonna hit Chapter 3. You're gonna progress through Chapter 3, and then you're gonna unlock both the Liberator Ragnarok and Nebula Raid. Now, Nebula Raid is very, very important, especially later on when Chapter 4 rolls around, because this will drop stones, and these stones will help you limit break it. And by limit break, I'm referring to limit breaking your equipment. This will give additional stats to your gear. Now, there are 3 types of stones in game. There's the orange one, the purple one, and the red one. And the purple one is obviously S grade, the orange one is double S, and then the red one is triple S. Now, I don't have it in my global account, but most likely in my Korean account of Dragon Blaze, I have a lot more stones. Actually, I might actually swap during this, but let me demonstrate my point when it comes to trying to get ultimate status. Now, once you enhance something, there's going to be an option. Instead of enhancing, it's going to be limit breaking. Now, you can't drag equipment to limit break it, so it's different from enhancing. You need these stones. Once you have these stones, it's going to tell you the success rate, and then you're going to have to try and hopefully get it to ultimate status. Now, when it comes to ultimate status on U grade, it's going to be max +6. Meaning that you have to literally burn up a bunch of stones and gold so you can get to +6, max +6. And with the percentages, especially from purple and orange, they're not going to be very high. If you have a red stone, it's going to be at 50%. And the reason being is because there's no ultimate limit breaking stone. There's a triple S limit breaking stone, but like I just stated, it's going to give you 50%. Now, let me swap over to the Korean Dragon Blaze and demonstrate my point even more. And yeah, you saw a bunch of phone app games, and most likely I will be talking about them. But yeah, like I said, if you don't know how to navigate through the Korean Dragon Blaze, think about getting global on the sideline. Put it on an emulator on your PC or laptop. Do something so it's like a handy dandy notebook, so you can navigate through the game easily. But yeah, let me log into my account, let me go on my paladin, and let me show you the success difference when it comes to gear. Most likely, I think all of my nebula stones is on my paladin. And no, shoot, go away. And I want to demonstrate my point as well with the U grade stuff. Actually, I don't need to swap anymore because I have you. hopefully I have a bunch of stones, because I did farm for a bit. Yeah, 66 stones, so I think I also have some red stones in here compared to my global. I don't have any red stones, I only have orange. Okay, let's stick with orange then. But let me demonstrate my point. When I showed you guys how to limit break, this is actually at 25%. Now this will change if you try to give ultimate status to a triple S gear. For example, let me say I want to give this, what is it? I'm going to limit break this and give it ultimate status. You will see that if you put the orange stones onto a triple S gear, the percentages change. It's not at 25% like how it was with the U grade, it's at 50%. And it's obvious because it's one grade level below the red stone. And yeah, it's just that the percentages is a lot better when you're limit breaking something that's less. But yeah, as you can see here, if you're playing the Korean version of Dragon Blades, let me just state this. If you try to limit break something, there is a checkbox over here. Now this is going to state that it's going to continue limit breaking until it hits ultimate status. So I'm going to do that right now because this gauntlet is going to be used on my allies. But pretty much that's it when it comes to enhancing. So, to recap, you want to make sure that the weapon you want to, or the gear you want to use, have the ideal stats you want. Now, I might make a video talking about it, but I'll recommend you guys to go to Super Coolest Geek and check out his old videos talking about the stats you kind of want to look for. But all you need to do is go to your item tab and then click on the thing you need to enhance. If it's already enhanced, you don't need to worry about it. But once you click on the enhance button, make sure you drag other items that can be used to enhance it. Now the biggest issue is you can't use accessories to enhance your gear. You can use anything else like boot piece or gauntlets or chest piece or head piece or even a weapon to enhance your things, but accessories are not usable. And then once you enhance the things, make sure you also limit break them. But if you're playing the global version of Dragon Blades, I highly advise you guys to kind of work on a team that can do a good amount of DPS before going into Nebula, because in global it's still a struggle to get a bunch of Nebula stones easily compared to the Korean version of Dragon Blades, where transcended allies can beat the hell out of the damn Nebula boss and people can casually farm it without any worries. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys. If you have any more questions or concerns, or if you're still new to the game and you want more tips and advice, definitely leave it in the comments below. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys around. Peace. Once again, thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to see more videos, I'll put them somewhere on the screen right now. There's 2 videos specifically if you're very curious or if you really want to play on the Korean version of Dragon Blades. There's one for the Android specifically, and then the other one is for iOS. Big shout out and thank you to Merc H2O. Hopefully I said your name right, but yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys around. Peace.